Okay, so top of the morning to all Trinidad and Tobago fans and Costa Rica fans who just might be watching this video here due to the algorithm. But congratulations to both. Both of us have made it through to the final round of the World Cup qualifiers. Trinidad and Tobago, despite losing 2-1 last night, we still make it through based on goal difference because Grenada only beat St. Kitts 3-2. So our goal difference was very much superior. So we just made it to the final round. Now I'll get into the specifics of the final round and how we would run later in the video. So stick around for that. Make sure and stay to the end of the video. But for now, we had to get into the specifics of the game. Now, from a Trinidad and Tobago standpoint, coming from where we came from previous managers, I can safely say that this team has improved a lot, to the point where I am super proud of this team here. Playing in Costa Rica is no joke. Of course, there's always the talk of the high altitude and when fitness comes into play. Yeah, it was pretty much shown in certain glimpses of the game, but Trinidad and Tobago still somewhat held their own. They still had a puncher's chance, despite we'll get into the specifics of that. But Trinidad and Tobago, they made us proud. However, this is the point of the journey where being proud is not enough. It is not enough. This is where the sheep has been separated from the goat. Every single team moving forward will be a high caliber team. And I know back in the day, you would have looked forward to playing teams like Curacao and Suriname and Haiti. Yeah, you would have said, 3 points. But all them teams are good now. All them teams could ball. So, going into the groups, we will be under pressure. This is where mistakes cannot be made. And now, getting into the game itself, a lot of mistakes were made, particularly the defense. Let me pick up the attack one time. Levi Garcia again showing his class, showing why he is one of the most talented players that we have had in the last decade. He was a one-man wrecking ball, boy. He literally had a lot of times where he would just ISO ball. He just pick up the ball and then skip past 2 players and get a shot off. That's to show you just how much of a wild card Levi Garcia is, boy. He's that good. And there was speculation of the team was playing better without Levi Garcia. Levi Garcia, he was away for a long time, so we haven't seen the gelling yet now, boy. Again, I mentioned, despite, whoever you might think, that guy is a guy that just can't leave out. There's always a puncher's chance. There's always a half chance turning into a goal when it comes to a guy like Levi Garcia being on top in the attack. So, shout out to Levi Garcia. He gets his goal in Costa Rica, scoring against a perennial keeper, a legend of the game, a Champions League winner in Keylor Navas. A part of the big Real Madrid team. He scored against that player, right? So you can go back and tell his son them that so he scored against Navas. But all in all, the attack was pretty decent. I think within the first 10 minutes, but we looked like Brazil 2002, boy. We look like Brazil 2002. Spicer was having the time of his life on that left-hand side. But the first 10 minutes, Trinidad and Tobago looked like something that we have never seen before. But they just allowed Costa Rica to just get one split. And that was like, okay, we could do it once, we could do it twice. And they just keep on doing it. To the point where Trinidad and Tobago was just chasing shadows. But Costa Rica is just a good team. Rather be real, they are a good team. They played systematically well. They control the ball really well. I think we had a problem with controlling the ball. And that has to come to the midfield now. I think we have a good midfield. However, we lack that player who beats the press with a half turn. I think Daniel Phillips is an amazing player. Daniel Phillips, he had a rocky first half. He was getting a lot of problems in controlling the ball with a guy on the back. Pause. And, he is not that type of player. He's not that type of player to be elusive, to turn on a man and beat the whole press. He's somebody who is very cunning and very strong. That's a complete tank in the midfield, a military tank in the midfield. And that's not a game. But while we having the ball in transition coming from the defense into the midfield, we need somebody who is able to beat the whole press, because a press does come simultaneously. So it does come like one after the next. So if the ball is on this side, the left hand side, it comes wrong, you will see one player come up to the left hand man, the next man comes up slowly and reaches him. Well, not slowly, but tactically and within a reasonable time. He comes up next. The ball comes up on this side, and next person comes up here. If the ball skips the whole backline and comes to the midfield, then you'll see somebody else coming and press there again. If it is we have a midfielder who could turn on them, get the half turn, and start moving forward. And I think probably the only midfielder I think that could do that is probably Nathaniel James or Kevin Molino, but we don't want Kevin Molino that deep. But if it is we could have somebody who could do that and beat the whole press, then we will have the Santa Rosa horses, them, the Levi Garcia, the Spicer, and the Dante Sealy, them sprinting up the road and getting a passing, and then we have more chances. That was the whole problem with the midfield. But I think Daniel Phillips, he really improved in the second half. I think on the whole, I know it's cliche to call, not cliche, but weird to call a professional team a second half team. I know within like local sports we just like to call team second half team, and that is based off like fitness. But for some weird reason, every single game that Dwight York coaches, we just have like a rocky start, and then Dwight York having to clean up the mess. He's very good at cleaning up the mess. I ain't gonna lie. From every single game I see, they always have been an improvement within the second half. Again, we conceded 2 goals in the first half, and then in the second half we beat them 1-0 technically. So yeah, but to talk about the 2 goals that we conceded now, man, we can't talk about the defense enough. The defense have been letting us down, boy. And I guess that is just a testament from the picking of the team. I think we only had like about 2 centre backs in that whole team there. We need more centre backs. We need more centre backs. People who understand playing centre backs. And Alvin Jones is my brethren. I consider Alvin Jones somebody who I could, talk to. But it was evident that Alvin Jones was lost. He not accustomed playing a centre back role. A centre back role compared to being out wide and just playing ISO ball. Most times when they say Alvin Jones playing football, is he tussling with somebody on the side there and he winning the ball. He really good at 1v1s. But playing in the centre at the the back line, that's a different game. And not just Alvin Jones, but there are a lot of defenders in particular that are just reactive. We're playing zonal defending with zonal marking and we're reactive. It had literally had a point in time. I was looking for this clip. It literally had a point in time where a cross came in and there were 3, I ain't joking, 3 Costa Rica players in the middle at the 6-yard box waiting for the cross by themselves, free as a gazelle, free as Timon and Pumbaa singing Hakuna Matata in the Lion King, boy. Free. I was like, what going on? And there were plenty of times where too much player just free in the box. Somebody has to pick them up. So let the midfielders them do the work on top of the box. You pick up the man. They had to know how to transition into man on man and went to zone. I think we just zoning too much and we just don't have that defensive acumen to be zoning. I'm being honest. When the zoning is a mind game, it's chess you're playing. You have to be, I gotta sell him this side here because I want way to shift the defense this side here. I gotta sell him this side here because we got 4 back and we gotta wait for the cross. It's a real talking game. And again, I've been saying this, I don't think that the centre back parents be talking enough. Like communicating, having intelligent, discourse and talks on how it is we're going to come back within this play here. Like, the defense just look shaky as hell, boy, and it can't go on any longer. This needs to get sorted out No. Because that's the determining factor from us actually competing with the other teams. It's cool having Levi Garcia up there being a baller. It's cool up there. It's cool having Terry Spicer being a baller up there, Dante Seeley, despite, he had a quiet game, boy, and he got hooked off in the first half, him and Rio Cardin. Sorry that Rio Cardin had to go through that. He was pretty much non-existent in the game. Yeah, because the ball really wasn't really finding him. You understand? Like, yeah, he wasn't in the game, sad to say. But, I guess within time he will improve. But, yeah, this was a testament to this selection in particular. We need more centre-backs in the team. We need more centre-backs. We need players who could pack in this defense. Because it seems as though we just don't have the talented defenders, them who actually could marshal the defense. So we had to try and put men behind there and play a more, I wouldn't say pragmatic, but we need to be more systematic in when to mash the gas and then come off the gas. In the periods where the first 10 minutes of the game and the first 15 minutes within the second half, we had some beautiful spells. Like, we were controlling the game. And it seems that though, Costa Rica, they understood when to take the foot off the gas and when to mash the gas. Because Costa Rica was like, yeah, come, we got to sit back. We cool, we sit back and having you guys play the ball around and try your best to score. And we were close. But when Costa Rica hit the gas, it was like, on Samurai X with Kenshin, just like, ching, ching, swing, swing, swing. Just cutting us apart easily. And yeah, that's how it is. But I think Dwight York had a really good game managing, especially within the second half. He put out his side. That is what he believed that would have been the better thing. And on paper, it was a good team. But after finding out how Costa Rica was playing, he quickly cleaned up a mess. And that's what I had to rate Dwight York with. The only thing that he just had to know how to get from minute 1 to minute 90. We can't afford to just be focusing on getting it from 45 to 90 and having to be chasing the game all the time. But Dwight York has been coaching really good. I think he understands the game enough to make the proper and necessary changes them to help Trinidad and Tobago move forward. But yeah, in my opinion, Levi Garcia was the man of the match based off just pure talent. He was just a one-man show, if I'm being honest. But I think Marvin Phillip, boy, he deserves that honorable mention, boy. Marvin Phillip is 40. 40. And still out here making amazing saves, but he is not a liability in the back. And that is a blessing, boy, because this man has been a veteran within the game for years. This man has been trying to be a keeper for years, and he's still out here being relevant. So I had to put extra respect on Marvin Phillip because he made some saves that if he didn't, we would have been in some hot water. And it would have been super embarrassing. I don't know how the Trinidad and Tobago players would have faced the public after that. I'm telling you. But shout out to Marvin Phillip. And shout out to the other veteran, Kevin Molino. Absolute amazing pass into Levi Garcia. He connects and he gets the goal. And a lot of, critical thoughts were put towards Kevin Molino, saying that he's too old. In my opinion, I ain't seen that wrong, Kevin Molino, boy. But he may need to get some minutes shaven off. Yeah. He may need to get some minutes off. Like, he could start and we could have someone who could fill in a little more faster. Let him run his lungs out. But he definitely needs to be starting. He is definitely the most talented midfielder we have within the attacking aspect. Matter of fact, the box-to-box aspect, he's just a proper player. Kevin Molino is just that guy. So he definitely needs to continue. I don't care what nobody says. Kevin Molino is that guy and he needs to be starting moving forward. So, yeah. But all in all, that is pretty much it. Trinidad and Tobago, again, just falling short to 1. Almost had a comeback. But, oh my days, I've almost forgot. That referee, man. Referee, what are you doing, boy? Referee, what are you doing, boy? In my opinion, that could never be a second yellow, boy. That was harsh. That was harsh on Alvin Jones, and I understand why Alvin Jones was, furious with the referee. He was like, come on, man. There was just like a little misunderstanding. The both of them were trying to get the ball, and he just creep him, but it wasn't like a malicious tackle to like take out the legs. I just didn't understand that one from the referee, man, and the referee had a bit of a shaky game, if I'm being honest. And I'm not someone who likes to complain about the referees. That is this thing that they would just eliminate that whole referee thought day. But yeah, I think that probably cost us. The little chance that we had of drawing the game or even getting a victory, America victory, that just faded away with the red card, the second yellow for Alvin Jones. But yeah, all in all, this is just the situation here now. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have made it to the final round. The teams them, how they gonna be setting up for the next group, for the final group I should say, is based off the FIFA ranking seeding. So I think that like teams like Panama, Jamaica, Honduras, I think even El Salvador are a bit higher than we. Them teams are gonna get first preference. So them might be in like on top of the groups them, and then we gonna be like below. And the thing about it, I think it was 6 groups in all. So you gonna have like 2 first place teams in each group. You understand? It gonna be 3 more groups. So you have 2 more first place teams them in each group. So yeah, again, it's not gonna be a tough. It's not gonna be a easy journey. We're gonna have to play some top oppositions to get past, to get to that World Cup, and that is where the work needs to get put in. Luckily, we're playing on Sunday. We're starting our World Cup campaign on Sunday against America, and we look forward to playing America every single time. America is just that team that Trinidad and Tobago loves to defeat, but it's always a sweet victory whenever we beat America. But we have enough time to work on the defense, work on the systematic setup, especially within the transition from attack to defense, to counteract these teams. Again, we need to know when to be pragmatic and when to be ferocious. There needs to be a balance, a clutch balancing taking place with that. But yeah, getting back to the group again, the first place people them within the 3 groups, the last 3 groups, they'll be getting an automatic spot to the World Cup, and the 2 best second place teams will get a playoff against another team in another region for a chance to get into the World Cup. So yeah, that's basically it, man. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, not bad, but we can't be saying this all the time, but this is where the crunch time starts. No more being proud. We had to get the results moving forward in every single game moving forward. I believe in the team. Do you believe in the team? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What you think about the performance, and also who would you like to have in Trinidad and Tobago's final group for the World Cup qualifiers? Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. If it is your like, share, and subscribe as yet, what are you doing? If it is your Trinidad and Tobago fan, if it is your Ike Athens fan, if it is your football fan in general, why it is and subscribe to my page as yet? Subscribe. Press the subscribe button now. Don't get me vexed.